In the coffee, for you to grow coffee, you need water, constant water. I planted coffee last around July, March. But what does, because of constant rain, and the coffee is doing well. This you may not find it anywhere else. It can only be found within this region. And therefore, we really need to have, there's an opportunity in there that we need to do. In terms of tea, over 15,565 hectares under cover, over 32 million kilograms of tea, estimated that 39% of Uganda's tea is produced in Tooro region, and over 8 tea factories that do exist in here. That is a potential in areas of agriculture. Food crops also has great potential to be a food basket for the neighboring regions, such as influx of over 1 million people in Alberton region, oil and gas activities. I was in the region, was discussing with some of the colleagues here. If you go to Alberton, a bogoya, a change cha bogoya, cost 1,000. A change cha bogoya. In Hoima here, in Bulisa. How are we ready to tap into that? Can Tooro provide that into that region? How ready are we? How prepared are we in terms of providing food to the region in that part of the Alberton? Agriculture, potential local food hub, estimated that over 1 million people are moving into the adjacent Alberton region. E.g., over 1,024 bunches of matoke will be required per month. Thousands of tons of meat, 320 sacks of potatoes, about 1,280 kilograms of spring onions, and so more and so more. This is what I'm talking about. So there is a lot of potential that we're yet to tap, and probably we don't know that. Need to engage with potential camp operators to understand demand and industrial standards. That one is something else. In terms of export market, huge market potential, proximity to 5 countries of Great Lakes region. The DRC Congo, Rwanda, Burundi, Tanzania, and Zambia, e.g. DRC has a population of over 93 million people. How ready are we to tap into that market and the strategically, how our strategic location where we are as a region? Opportunities to private sector investment and development. Commercial forestries, value addition facilities, agro-tourism facilities, high value crops such as horticulture, beekeeping, fish farming, poultry, among others. Industrial and trade opportunities. Strategic positioning, significant potential for development. Locally, the region can be accessed from Kampala via Masaka, Nyakahita, Kazo Ibanda, Fort Portal Road, or via Mityana, Mubende, Chenjojo, Wamanja Refugee Settlement. Regionally, proximity to Democratic Republic of Congo, DRC, Rwanda, Burundi, Tanzania, and Zambia. An industrial hub and urban development, its strategic location has potential to stimulate infrastructure development and increase business volume in the region. The private sector have an opportunity to establish housing facilities that are commensurate to what standards we're talking about. But I don't know how much we have. Tooro has an industrial hub. I think yesterday there was a discussion about it. I do sit in an institution where we do follow up in terms of the strategic investment, business and industrial parks across the country that have been earmarked under NDP 3. When we did an assessment across the country, actually Tooro, ours were among the last that have yet to take off. Our brothers here in Kasese have taken off. Already the industrial and business park is moving on. Factories have been set, things are moving. But how much have we invested ourselves in terms of start in that? Probably there are challenges, but the leadership has to deal with that and the people of Tooro to ensure that this moves. Help. Sorry about that. This happens. Health services, industrial and trade, business trade opportunities, the expansion of East African bloc to include the Democratic Republic of Congo in March 2022 has opened up opportunities for Uganda to deepen its agro-industrial regional value chains and foster cross-border trade. It presents a very great opportunity in terms of industrial opportunities. Easy access to regional markets such as Rwanda, Burundi, Tanzania, and Zambia. The other one under industrial and trade is health services hub. The state-of-art diagnostic equipment, good health care facilities like hospitals, service influx within and the neighboring DRC is an opportunity. Yesterday we had a discussion. If actually the most scaring thing in most of country places, including now this Tooro, is when you fall sick. Sometimes you wonder, where do you go? Where is the best facility that you'll go? Everybody here is rushed to Kampala. Ambulances, even when you have the simplest, whatever it is, you have to be rushed to Kampala. And the people of Kampala probably are headed to Nairobi and other places. So what is it that we can do here to ensure that there is that health facility? We become the region where people can run to. I shared my experience, I think, in the last TPC about the referral hospital. When we had an accident, we made an accident on Chenjojo, between Chenjojo and Kaihura, with my colleague Majela, and we found 3 people involved in fatal accidents, and Reverend Kaliebara, we carried them, put them in our car, drove them to Hinga Hospital. We basically found nobody in the night. We found a medical assistant who is in turn. When he saw us, he said, you carry the person. We carried the person basically from the car to the admission room ourselves. But even then, the person was bleeding. We later got to know, I think one of them died, but there was no assistance. But this is the facility we're talking about. This is a regional, and 2 years had been voted the best regional referral hospital in Uganda. So, what does that imply? I'm about to end. Yes, fundamentals. What are the fundamentals in terms of intervention? Dr. Birungi, when we had a discussion, he told me one of the things, he is one of the pioneers that worked on the Vision 2040. And he said when they were developing the Vision 2040, they did highlight one of the major fundamentals they looked at. There were some fundamentals that are key for development, even to be achieved under Vision 2040. And this brings them the element within this region. What are those fundamentals? Of course, there's infrastructure development. Establish interconnected road network to facilitate access to markets and beyond. For example, Chegegwa, Rwamwanja, Kamwenge. There is Charsozi, Katoke, Kamwenge. There is Kasisi, Rutete, Bunyangabo. These networks, for example, if you took this Kijura road, you actually find up yourself on Hoima Road. How best can those be tapped, those road networks be opened up, and once they opened up, then you'll be able to have your access to those roads, and markets and food will be taken to that area. Fast track the revival of standard gauge railway, Kamwenge, Mombasa, Mpondwe. This will connect Mombasa to Kampala, Kasese, Kigali, Rwanda, and Kisangani, DRC. A link from Kasese to Pakwachi will serve the oil producing and tourist area of West and West Uganda. Then strategic tourism, strategic marketing. And so those are some of the, in terms of the infrastructure and the fundamental. The other fundamental that is key for development and growth is urban and industrial planning and development. Future-oriented urban planning and development. Urbanization plays a key role in the development process. There is need for coordinated and integrated physical planning and urban planning, development of a sector-specific cluster, based commercial and industrial functional zones. Those are very, very key in terms of that. I know Ms. Eno Kadazi's area, he'll talk more about the urban planning and development and how all this plays around. And sometimes you find, when you look at our physical plans, actually the colonialists had better plans. Now we're disintegrating everything. So, where did we go wrong and what went wrong? The other one is human capital skills development, hands-on technical skilling, training to support the growing tourism, agriculture, and industrial development. Calls for skilling and tooling of potential workers. 4 is the good governance and leadership as a fundamental. There's need for leadership and good governance systems and central to establish and sustain the regional development. Leadership, you cannot underestimate, that's very fundamental in terms of how things move. You get a leader, you mess up everything. One leader can turn things upside down. But we had a whole discussion about governance and leadership. And so this is very important for this region as a fundamental. What happened? He's taking my time. 5 is agriculture input and extension system. Fertilizers, subsidy system, weight and extension services to increase information, access, knowledge, and technologies farmers. This is very important for our farmers here. One day we went to this our factory here for Kasasiro in that city. We found what is it called? Chitere. And we were told that actually people were coming from as far as Imbara and Intunga to come and pick the fertilizers. But we people here, we didn't know the value of that. Maybe because you have good sales, so we are not taking advantage of that. But there is need for that. The need for this other 6 is health system development, improve public health infrastructure, service and system. 7 is affordable financing mechanism, improve access to credit through the development of rural financing schemes and markets. And the other one, the last one, is energy development, the need for potential for hydropower, production of rivers, Mubuku, Mpanga, etc., provide affordable and stable power supply, increase rural electrification. There's today as I was going through this presentation, something reflected on something that happened. You can find wires running for about 5 kilometers to 10 kilometers, and only 2 houses are connected to power. What does that tell? That's what it means. The cost of connecting power is you will not spend less than 1.5 million. How many rural woman or man can afford that? It's not possible. And so the wires are hanging and passing on. The only thing to do, they will cut those trees and make charcoal out of them. So these are some of the things that we have to reflect on. But it's very important in terms of how we do it and how we're able to support the communities and the rural people. Yes. My handler is my last bit is the other processes that can link to this whole framework we're discussing about that cannot be ignored. That one is Uganda Vision 2040, very fundamental, that links to our processes and development as a Tooro. The other one is Agenda 2030 of Sustainable Development Goals, SDGs, and the emphasis of leave no one behind. I know most of even the NGOs, when they go to the community, they call the active poor. But the poor who are not active, how do we deal with them? The poorest of the poor. This is very important for us to be able to deal with it if we are to move as a country. And therefore, I talk about the Sustainable Development Goals of leaving no one behind. The National Development Plan 3, that also has linkages in our processes. And of course, these are the 17 Sustainable Development Goals. All of them, if you look through, they actually reflect on what we're discussing about. The poverty, issue to do with poverty, equality, non-discrimination, sustainable cities, all those link to these processes. I think that was my last slide. Thank you very much. My last quote is, life is like riding a bicycle. To keep your balance, you must keep moving. Thank you.
That hand clap was spontaneous from you. Now I ask another hand clap. We are already we are already stimulated by that first talk of this day. And Dr. Virungi and the presenter of this paper, Mr. Patrick Tumwine, have identified for us areas where we can do investment by identifying opportunities in different sectors like tourism, agriculture, industry, and trade. The paper has also highlighted for us the importance of being near Congo. Many times when we think of Congo, we think of Ebola, we think of rebels, we think of so many things, bad governance. But it's a very big opportunity because it has a huge market, and we are neighbors to that huge market. They have also highlighted for us what needs to be put in place. That's on the level of leadership. What leaders need to think about in order to trigger the development of our area. So thank you so much, Patrick, for this wonderful paper. Next, to discuss this paper is architect Enoch Kibamu. Is here, seated in front of us. Architect Kibamu's CV is longer than his age. So I have chosen to do injustice to his CV and summarize it. I hope he will forgive me for that. He's an architect, he's a team leader and project manager. He has a master's degree in organizational leadership and a bachelor's degree in architecture from Makerere University. He's a member of different professional bodies, many of them. He's a director, Development Associates International. He's a managing director of Plantech. He's a director, Speak Resort Conventional Center Limited. He's a president of East African Institute of Architects. He's a president of Uganda Society of Architects. He's a founder and principal consultant of Plantech Consultants. And he's a founder and director of Kibamu Estates Uganda Limited. He's a farmer, he's a commercial farmer in tea and livestock. So this is the person before us and many other things. So having listened to Mwine, who has opened our minds broadly, we want Mr. Kibamu at the areas you talk, pull more to your experience. Thank you so much, and you're welcome.
Wow. What a great morning. Murira Muta. Maybe one thing Adieri did not add on my CV is that I'm his uncle. I'm his uncle, and we are from the same village. We are neighbors. And then the main presenter, Patrick here, he did not maybe tell you, he's my uncle. And we come from the same village. And he was my student at Vihinga Primary School here. What a great morning. I'll try to talk in a mix of Tooro no Rujungu. Hawakuwa viona mbemanyire, but wait to Chairman LC5 and Chairman Ulga, Honorable Nikisoboka, Akiki, Chairman Wange, Akiki, Gilbert Rwaihayo, I can see him here. Honorable Abwoli, am I right? It's my first time to meet you. Yes. But I saw you yesterday on Zoom, and you talked about a subject that is I'm very passionate about, family. And I will be doing some more discussion on it. But time is not our best ally. All of you, princes, princesses, king, I'm sure Amote, our king, is online probably. Yesterday I attended online. He's listening, I'm sure, somewhere. I also attended online. Inyuena mbitini sabyanyu. Arali Kigambo, Seja wa Kienjojo Nyakabara, Kyaro Kyowaitu, that gentleman there. It's a joy to be here. It's my first time to attend Tooro People's Conference. Yes, it's my first time, but I'm part of the Tooro People's agenda. I'm part and parcel. Now, certainly the objectives and specifics are very clear to me. What is important is that this gives us a platform. Yesterday I was online and people were asking, what does this conference, what is it bringing to us? It is a platform to air our views, to share our minds, and move on. But most important is about to formulate a viable Tooro People's development agenda. And I think when I listened yesterday, you are doing a very good job here trying to crystallize the agenda. Now, a lot has been said over a number of years. I think this is the 7th, if I'm not mistaken, but it's so lovely. I'm supposed to look at the economic and social development current times, which was also I was meant to be presented by Dr. Birungi, who is my friend. I've looked up to him, and the most important is my employer in one way or another in the economic circles. Now, one thing as we talk about the investment and development opportunities in Tooro, I really tried to look once again at, or we need to look at, Tooro iturukugambaho neha. I think yesterday when Godba was discussing here, I heard of about somebody talk of 7 districts and someone mentioned 10. I tried to bring out that map there to put things in perspective. I think we have 8 districts. Yes, Kitagwenda, I'm sorry, the map is missing it down there. I had to pick this quickly. But, so it's not in full. I don't know that we have people from Kitagwenda here. Nyonye nchakala naruga mwenge, navuga naruga mwenge. And what a joy to drive into the city. You know? My father would always, early in the morning, yakwataga his handbag. Gamba, ningenda murubuga 4 poto. Murubuga 4 poto. So, if you can go back a little bit on that map, that is what we're talking about. The question is, are the people in Chegegwa at the border with the Movenda and Buganda, are they part of this agenda? Are they, or is it a Fort Poto agenda? Are the people down in Toroko, right now as we discuss, are they part of this agenda? If you're talking about the investment and development opportunities, are the people down in Kamwenge kuturuka na Kitagwenda, are people in Bunyangabu. Because that is our agenda, and we have chosen it as not Rwenzori region, but as Tooro region. It is now defined that way. Abantu ba Mzizi na Nyankwanzi, Haboda na Bunyoro, are they feeling they are part of this agenda? Can we work to bring them into that inclusion? So, Tooro, we are blessed because we have a territory. As he has been discussing here, I tried to look at the comparative advantages. By the way, wherever you go, east-west home is buli muntu wena nahurira ngu owabu harungi. Whether you go which region or that region, east-west home is, we are so strong about ours. But the question is, what is the comparative advantage? What do we think we have, or what can I bring out that we have, and we build on that? First of all, we have a territory. We have a territory. People. Tooro, we are good people. We are humble, and you can't take it away. Humble people. Soft-spoken. It is an advantage. It's not a weakness. Some people think it's a weakness. It's not. Amani gorjegere. Nukokoroba kwaru. We are trusted people. We are committed. Omutoro kumhe kintu kyawe to do it. He is committed. He will do it. I have seen many times the Batoro who have stood up to the authority and said, Nangwa, I'm sorry, atenyi kirukini tadhani. Atenyo mamsindikira hantu yagamba nangwa tindu kugenda. And he came and sat home. But he came back. Amoti, Edward, gamba nangwa. So, we are committed people. We are loving people. But above all, we are beautiful and handsome. You can't take it away. Compared to others, we are beautiful, we are handsome. I'm telling you. Mata agatatika. But Tooro, comparatively, we are reasonably educated and resourceful people. We have cultural identity and a rich history. Hata okuja kukaguza mu Uganda hanungu abakama n'obukama bwo mu Uganda never. Most like someone will tell you Tooro Kingdom. We have cultural identity. Compared to others, we have cultural, and that is an advantage. And I think in terms of investment and economics, you can't take it away. And we should be proud about it, and we should promote it. And I think this conference and this agenda should be based on promoting the cultural identity and the rich history we have. Excellent climate. Jesus Christ. I drove into Fort Portal this morning from Mwenge. Obwire n'obwija n'obuhinduka, n'obuhinduka, n'obuhinduka. It's a chilly, cool morning. You feel the breeze? You can't take it away. You may have to look around to find it. Look at the exclusive land forms we have. The Rwenzori ranges, can you take them away? They are ours. It's an advantage. And we should build on that in terms of economics, in terms of investment. Look at the volcanic hills we have. Look at the crater lakes. Yanagambe bijongo. Tinsobora gyayo kwe bijongo nibukulya. Abaye bigasa igasa. No. We have what others don't have. Rora amabale, the batholis, the lacolis of Chiaka. Amabale ga Chiaka. Mara imerire garora. You'll hardly find them elsewhere. They are here. In terms of economics and development, it is an opportunity, ladies and gentlemen. Look at the Rift Valley and the escarpments. Genda ifwa, oroli. That is Tooro. Water resources abundant. minerals abundant, human resource we have. So, in my view, and what the main presenter talked about, we are endowed. Ruhanga akatuha. Bojo Tooro kokasemera. It's not just mere songs and rhetorics. It is reality. Kuruga tahamu kyegegwa oturuke oku oturuke bigodi nseri oturuke oku Tooro kokasemera. I'm singing my own song, others are singing theirs, but that is the reality. And I think this platform is to bring that spirit out. Now, the investment opportunities for development are many, but I choose to take the following. For me, I'm an agri-tech. Agri-tech. Have you heard of a profession called agri-tech? I'm an agri-tech. Agriculture is a mixture of agriculture and architecture. When you mix agriculture and architecture, you get an agri-tech. I'm born as an agriculturist. I'm trained as an architect. I therefore become an agri-tech. Each of us is trained differently. Ladies and gentlemen, there is no greatest opportunity in terms of investment and development, I believe Tooro possesses than commercial farming. Number one. I choose it as number one because it is God-given. Climate, good. Soils, good. Name it. Commercial agriculture. And I choose it because I had God talk about it. The different types of economies. Agriculture is a production-driven local economy. Kulima no kulisa hibyo no gesa bugesa torukusubura kiro kinu hati atabe na bisatu abojo banogera amajani gagenda ha factory nibajya kumura hati abiri na musanju nibatandika gukora ki obora gayiba kiro kinu toruguja gayiba nyenki habokwa it is a resource that is it is production based. Ente yange mazira kukamwa kiro kinu naraba cyenjojo hadare nyencha kaleno natero muzi kandi direct kingi ngo amataga ho iradieri it's not enough. Navuga naraba mukayura tuina he dire outlet natera mhara wange Irene amote ko kingire kiki amataga ho iri nebagagonza marungi. It is production based. Abandi nechupa zabo nebipira nebabirekaho baragaruka rwebajyo agaro bajyo bagarakora ki ubgarayija. It's a daily income. And cows are not fed on anything. Omwani ogoro kugamba nugutigizira guti obundaba nimbia genda mwa Ian Clark ahorole ijweri nyakahuma Patrick Kamara was explaining some farmers on NTV. Gendo roli ijo weitu bhisia adie baliyo ne banoga. I'm sorry to tell you, for us who are involved in child labor. Why, how are we involved? Hati abana mu isomero bahumuyiri nosanga abana bayize no muzaira wabo ne bakomaki omwani. They get money by February. Omwana wenyine naegaranka. I watched a soap long time ago. It was called No One But You. Most of you must have watched No One But You. There was a young lady called Paloma Casianda de Casablanca. The rich man's son met Paloma on the hacienda, which was a coffee farm, picking coffee. So, these are opportunities. I choose agriculture. Number two, I choose as an investment opportunity tourism. Tourism, you can't take it away. Yaba nabyoleka hanu biroho ruhanga kabituha created Tooro the way he created it. It is us either to take away or to add on. But tourism is service driven. It is a service industry. So, services, it means people can choose another destination. When the COVID comes, tourism closes, but agriculture does not close. We must eat. Na president wakabana ataho lockdown, agamba close everything, but leave the farmer to happen. And I can assure you, some extent we happened. So, then number 3, I choose agro-tourism. Tourism that is based on agriculture. Because for it, it is a hybrid. Remember, we are formulating an agenda. Agro-tourism is a combination of agriculture and tourism. So, it brings a hybrid. We have that as an opportunity. Certainly, other opportunities will come, value addition, but those two, agriculture and tourism, when combined together, you get agro-tourism. Harum farms nyingi Tooro hano hati, Tooro hano. Owange nhuntakatandikiira kusasuza. But people pay to enter and see. Yente kamweta, silage yekorweta, kinu kikorwa kita. That is agro-tourism. So you have both a service and you are also engaged in production. Now, we have other opportunities. Industrialization certainly will be the one which is based on adding value to what we have. Time. Is that time?
Mic check 190.
Okay.
One. Say. Yeah.
Omanyire nambere haba ebirungi byona na stand teburamu. Kandi omanyire owabarokole akira kuija batandika kulya. Oba batandika kulya stand yakoraki ayimuka yemerera torotoro. So ntugichomerera kwenda kutulemesa. Now, industrialization in terms of value addition is an opportunity. Ladies and gentlemen, Abantu Bakuru, I said we are reasonably educated, we are resourceful. The other thing is innovation and technology. Today, Nobutulhan na nindora abanyakuli online, someone is earning money somewhere. So innovation and technological advancement. We are in a digital world. Yesterday, but one, we had a daughter of Honorable Adolf Mwesige, who graduated with a first-class degree from Brunel University in the UK in something called business intelligence and digital marketing. She's already employed. So the world we are in, we must embrace as an opportunity, innovation and technology. So yes, we are teaching whichever subjects and whatever. Can we look? I have one son called Ivan Karugaba, the son of Brigadier General Godwin Karugaba. He's involved in microfuse, which is technology. Tooro wachienjojo nyakabaro wanyu Ivan Karugaba, microfuse. So that is where we need also to invest more. Communication. The one who designed COVID, I still believe COVID was designed. It did not happen naturally. It was designed. And it was designed to test. You know when you're testing this microphone, you say 1, 2, 1, 2. So COVID was designed to test distance, doing business, the distance level. Social distancing. Yikaro wanyu, nyikaro waitu, baitu tugumentu kwaraki. And I think the testing, it claimed so many lives, but it has taken us to another level. We now go to church, Nindora Moti, my bishop, is around in the background. Moti. We have something called the Global Service, Rwenzori. I'm sure other denominations also have Global Service. We pray with the people in New York, in China, whatever. Okay? So, moving very fast, you cannot overemphasize the opportunity in medical and pharmaceuticals. Okay, I'll do quickly. I only have 10 minutes. Now, how about Fort Poto to Akiki? Akiki Honorable Kanhire Nguno Watanohur. I'm now in Fort Poto City. Fort Poto City. Nabaninkaguza abandi boona ba Kyegegwa Ntoroko, are they part of this agenda? Fort Poto Tourism City. Kyegegwa is the tourism gateway. Omunyoro Solomon Balinda Valuwa aterireho kintu harugurwa. Solomon Balinda. Gateway into Tooro. Right? But unfortunately, I also tell you, Aboli, as soon as he put up that magnificent investment, all of a sudden, something slamish mushroomed. I don't know how it happens. The place was uninhabited. As soon as he put it up, have you seen the slum? The slum came across. That slum, unless it is managed, it is killing his value. Now, Fort Poto Tourism City in the Tooro region is the magnet of Tooro and Uganda. Poto Tourism City is the seat of His Majesty, the King Amoti Kabamba Iguru Rukidi IV, which is the magnet of Tooro. That is the seat. You cannot take it away. So we must, all of us, galvanize. That map must galvanize around that seat. Fort Poto Tourism City is endowed more than any other district in Tooro region. It's as if buli kintu kyona ekinyakuli Mwenge, ekinyakuli Kitagwenda, ekinyakuli Bunyangabu, ekinyakuli Ntoroko, hati kyo bakakireta ba Kirunga haba hybrid hano. So this platform should use that opportunity to take us forward. Byona ogambi itaka lirungi, ogambi climate, ogamba abantu abarungi, n'amasanyarazi ntogabandiza. Bayingi bakafuruko weitu Mwengo bayija kunhabwa amasanyarazi betata naho gayiziri. Okay? Fort Poto Tourism City, it's an opportunity. It is a world-class holiday and business destination. Omuntu akwanaenda kuhumura n'okuculiera abantu abarukubaza mpora obunyonyo bukuzina nyaburungi no ijankaha Fort Poto. Fort Poto yankaha. Hali yendi yon? No. Now, in light of all these opportunities, the biggest question is, how can the people be in better position to benefit socially and economically from all that? Isn't that the driving it home? Itwena rohanga akatuhanga yatuhanga in his own likeness. Man and woman. The only difference itwena yatwesa habirnez naina. Same time, same opportunity, but we are different. Tebayingana, bayingana ki isoki. Tebayingana bs. So the difference is how do we exploit and explore these opportunities. Number one, ladies and abantu ba Tooro, nyowe nkenoka kibamu. the prescription, the specification. As an architect, I'll talk about specification. A doctor will talk of prescription. We need a mindset change. Obwongo. Seja keja nakatugamba toli mwavu. Mutwego gweguki? Mindset change. Kuhindura entekereza towards self-reliance rather than external help or handouts. Yesterday mbe ndora abantu amukute mbagamba hiyo UNDP etukolireki. Hiyo government etukolireki. Iwo bujja kukora ebintu iwo yekolireki. Tutuina ntandikwa tutuinaki no. We need a mindset change towards self-reliance. Ebirungi byonna biri Tooro hano. Having an attitude, number 2, an attitude realignment. Kuhingisa emyetwaze n'emitwalize. Embracing positivity rather than negativity. Obutukwija hano ntubazaho ebibi byonka. Baitu ebirungi tubirozire. Having optimism rather than pessimism. Haro abantu we ekintu takamaze n'okumusobora navuga malekyo kirasoboka ekyo. Tichikuija kusoboka. Why can't you be positive? Why can't you have an attitude that is what? Abantu ba Tooro emitwalize yaitu ni emitwalize tugihindure. Let us be positive. That is number 2. Mindset number 1. Number 2, attitude. Nja kwa example kitaitu. By the way, this conference, in the future, the organizers, I would like to see it more as abantu kuija hamoleko. Kuoleka biki ebakozireki? Ebakozireho. To give testimony. Nja kwa example. Nyowe nzeiro nakura, adhere next year I'm making 50 years. So, tinkyali mutomunu. Dora omugurusi apuli erisa kakyomya nyine enkuru nyowe. He has attained all he has attained and his riches here. Nzeiro namusanga hano. Nimbiha. But he has a positive attitude. He has the right mindset. Asubire, alimire, akozireki here. Kyonketo we are out there looking for the opportunities. The opportunities zirinka. Hano. Look at a man called Amoti, Andrew and Brothers. Ninsoma nyakasura Andrew and Brothers nebakingura haude nehali. But Andrew, he's actually the center, the epitome of tourism, service industry. Run. Those are positive people that can actually inspire us. Doro mseja wakweta Andrew tebeyalirwa aboki oweitu mwenge kienjojo. I'm the one who designed his Tooro Royal Cottages. We set it out on 28th January 2002. That's when we set that circle. Ngamukaguza aboki. Ekintu kinu, this investment, does it make commercial and financial sense to put it in Georgia? Yangamba aderi yenoka. Okun huwa waitu tukwaraki. Tuzarwa turuga. If we don't do it, who will? Katukitekeyo. Development irikisangayo. You go and look for accommodation there now. Teriyo. Right? Gendo role adieri Robert Kayonjo. Nyaika Hotel. Hati Nindora, I'm told he's putting up the highest tower in the city, in the heart. Adieri Robert Kayonjo, I am the one who designed from inception to completion Nyaika Hotel. When someone looks at it, he thinks it was planted there. No. Tukatandika na akantu kataito kati, and we kept spreading, mushrooming. And others are keeping on adding on what? Value. I'm giving you life examples when they talk about mindset and attitude. Na Solomon balinda. Genda hali at the gateway into Tooro. Man, the man has been struggling to put up that hotel for the last over 7 years. Putting it up for who? No muntu no bwalija akajigura. Terirugaha. Unless you demolish it. It remains here. I'm sorry I'm taking too much time. But my point is to illustrate investment and development opportunities in akateka hisomera hibakweta King Solomon kyatega. These days I'm an employer in Kyenjojo. Every CV that comes says I went to Kyatega. Every CV that comes says I went to Rosa Mystica. Every CV that comes I went to Mountains of the Moon. Nkasomera Mountains of. These are opportunities which are here. Look at external people. Genda Kyaninga. I call that external. Because now we are attracting. The magnet is attracting. It is one of the most expensive destinations in Uganda. Look at Clark. Ian Clark. Nyaruzigatia. Aizirewe as an investor. Yatundirwa rokuli. Yarora magnet erinkaha. Omuganda gamba. Teka sente. Tulhan. Abaheru nebayijan barole birungi. Kyonka ito ntubiruka. The investment opportunities are here. Hargezini zakara. Is it Aramaga, Kurujis, wherever. Oborugend hatiyaho said zabe God ya. Kahunga. My God. The money is there. Now, key among the other things, I've talked about mindset. Talked about attitude. Number 3 is physical and urban planning for sustainable natural resource development. Land use zoning. Itaka. Omuntu bogama uli wangambira ngo ini itaka. Ngo ina square kilomita 2 zitaka. Mukaguza ozikolire hoki. Ngo ziriyo. I'm fighting with squatters. Why are you fighting with squatters? It is an idle resource. For as long as the resource is idle, people will occupy it. If you leave a communication vacuum, people will create stories. So, we need land use zoning. You see that thing there? Bagenzi bangi. Hati hegyo. Yongera nzandireho akandi. Tutungire kintu ekibakweta Kigali master plan. Murahurire etauni bakweta Kigali. Teri nkoto muno hali Fort Portal by the way. But kuruga 2009 when I was president of the East Africa Institute of Architects. Banu abantu, I had Fred Muhumuza yesterday talked about Amazon investing in New York. New York is too far. Tuvuge hati motoka saa zinu, tugende Kigali yaho, rwebajyo tugaruke. These guys have invested money in physical and urban planning. Since 2009, hiring architect and urban planner Sir Rich from South Africa. Sahazinu nibakozesa people from Malaysia and Singapore. Yongere bisani bya master plan, Kigali master plan. We started with 2009. Now there is a master plan for 2050. Fort Portal, Rundi, Kampala. I'm a leader. Do we have a master plan? Do we have? Genda a picture of zoning. There was a picture for zoning. Zoning. Omanyiri itaka, you don't just go up. You see this thing here. Akikiro bayihai. Aboki yagenda ankati manyiri. Timanyiro wakitagwenda na mberali, owa Kamwenge na mberali, Munganyire. Chairperson, Kamwenge, oh wonderful. Wait nikusemero. Timanyiro wantoroka linka baitu. We must embrace something called physical and master plan. Then you'll have organized planning. I tell you, the world belongs to the organized. You are not organized, you go to hell. Not to worry about it. So, we need to invest in this. Kigali master plan, it is a destination today. Tutagira biniga, manya biki biki. No. The truth is, nambe hariye kirungi, gambe ekyo kiki. Nambe hariye kibi, gambe ekyo kiki. Then all will be well. So, this is master planning. Kabarole hano for Porto tourism city, the physical planning, the urban planning we still have is the colonial one along the high street. Genda Kanyandahi. Sirimuka ifo kahinjwa. Genda kuno Katumba. Genda amoti enyuma karambi oku. There is no physical planning. Kinu kibe hano, kinu kibao. The Constitution of Uganda says land belongs to the people. However, nyenda kubagambira abantu ba Fort Portal na Tooro kinu tukiechwire mwito nk'abantu, the planning of that land should be vested in the local authority. Kinu okikoreho, kinu otakikoraho. Lima amajani, iwe lime bitakuli. Iwe tekaho hoteli, iwe tekaho industry. Hano tekaho pigare, hano tekaho isomero. But obuturabantu yongera mukatogo, we are creating simply chaos. And God will not be happy with us. He created everything beautiful and made us stewards of that beauty. Nakimala ekyo. Kwekumakuma, self-determination, shared vision and alignment. This conference is meant kututeka nkorubaho oburabya muranda. To align the same vision, kuruga kyegegwa, kusirimuka ifo muzizi, kugenda paka amanya rwimi, tuli muranda hati. Guys, let us look at Qatar. This country called Qatar. It went to be glued on the World Cup. They don't play football. Do they? They went out in the preliminaries. Bakarugam. But those guys invested money, self-determination, mumupira. Even as we talk, some of the stadia is being demobilized. Mukimanyire? Ebisanire ebimu baliyo ne babisesa haboko tubina abantu barajya koraki mupira. Bituruhanga takora nsobi because they belong to the Arab world. For the first time, an Arab country, but which is positioned in Africa, went to the semi-finals. Ye mukitere mungaro. Haruhe bintu bitukuja kwekora nk'abantu nuko magnet yekwate. Qatar is a big destination like Fort Portal is today because of the World Cup. It opened the gate. It organized one of the best World Cup tournaments in the history of World Cup. Nimbia. Now, so we can do it. We have people like attitudes. There's a young man called Lionel Messi. Boja abantu katusupport. Nyo nkaimera no kwemera. I always like supporting the weak ones against the strong. Bitunkanye na kwemera nsabe ruhanga gambe ruhanga juna Messi. Bojo kitukore ebindi byona bireke kitukore kitukore. Why? In my view, isana Messi ogu akazarwa Tooro. The young man has been humble. Uwano bamutema bakamutera. Aimuka hateka hakapira. Hapuye kimulesira kusambaki. Tukuli kutera bikonde. Even when France brought them, they were 2-0. Until the 80th minute, France came back tutu Messi akainama bwinama ati hansi yongera yimuka yagamba hati zatiki. The next minute the short young fellow was in the net. Untegereza? I want that spirit to be taken by us here in Tooro and nikisoboka. Kigumire baitu nichikoraki? Attitude, mindset. Keep the focus on the goal. The ball does not need to hit the net. The ball needs to cross the line. Period. Nimalir. Family matters. Munganyire, this is my first time here. Kantinkira kulinda bwiri. Aboli, yesterday you talked to me. When I was doing my master's in organizational leadership and management, away from architecture, my research was the mortality of family businesses in Uganda. The sad mortality of family businesses in Uganda. And my investigation was on the impact of family development on business sustainability. Impact of family. Buli kirungi kyona kitandikira muka. Can I tell you what I discovered? Number one, form of marriage. Enswera eyo swire rundi oswirwe nesaneta. Bakurabize mu idirisa otweweyo bintu ogire yote. Form of marriage. However, the form of marriage gives a level of confidence toward sustainability. Omukazi kakuba bali aho nagurukya tarukuja kuhabwirewe. Neja kuombe ko wawe kyonka nowe nayombeka akabagamba akajwa akekikazi kaliyo. That is not sustainability. I also found out number of spouses. The more women you have, the more appetite you have, the more spouses you have, then the more susceptible to collapse you are. Abakazi na abasayija aborukugonza na aboyina nuho niyondugiru yokuombeka rundi kuyita eka yawe. Remember, family itself is a business. So when we talk of family business, we are talking about the family itself. That action of man and woman, it's a business. Harumu ebyentasha nenturuki. It's an economy. It's a family economy. It's an ecosystem. In fact, not even an ecosystem. It is a business system. So, number, abakazi, kamswere, kamtuare. You know the appetite. The higher the appetite, no manye echo yoyo. Norolecho, nororakiri, the business is going down. Now, number of children. I discovered, by the way, in my research, the ideal number came to about 4. No baraba bali bomukazi yogo. Kasaba mara kwika mukaga 10-12. Tebarukuja kwikiranganiza. So business sustainability is questionable. Buli muntu jagamba nyo tunde byange ompezange ijuka abana no babaruge mbakazi bayingi buli mwana abanarwanira nyina. So we tear apart. So family business. Quality of education, abana basomesibwe kandi botagira kusomesa kule kwa blackboard. Kusomesa which is emphasizing on morality rather than grades. Abola bigena bazaho muihani okusoma okuhana n'okuhanira okutali kusoma ngohireyo zinga ngukahayo mukaga kyonka mukaga no guhire tamanyire nkimanyisaki. I also discovered succession planning and execution. Number one, have a will. But a will in itself is not an end. Inye mararozireho. Ekirame kibakutagura harufu. Nyonda kiroziro mbakitagura. Because the will is not communicating the reality. So the succession, you must work with it. Ngwa nyona rorago bya twabaga ntugenda nangambira ngo ni nanko yarbatagana wati yagira. Finally, oturaba ntwenda investment. Incorporate the businesses. Leka kukora business nyo am self-employed. There is nobody who is self-employed. I have just retired from my own company as a managing director. 1 year now. Yeah, I'm no longer the managing director of Plantech Limited. I've passed it on. I'm a full-time employee. I became an employee long time ago. That's why even I've got my 20% NSSF. I got it. That mid-term. Yeah. Now, compliance to statutory requirements is very important. To collect. Hati abantu bona kuiruka emisoro URA emisoro. My friend, compliance. Because now we are living in a digitized world. What kind of leadership will it take to enable the region like this one to prosper? Aboke nompura. What kind of leadership? Na moti na mpura, na bakuru abandi na mumpura, the leadership. Eberihoga debate hanu ijo. Ladies and gentlemen, my own understanding and view is that we need servant leadership. Ntwetaga obwebembezi obwahansi obutali muliwe. A leadership that is committed to serve but not to be served. Leadership obwebembezi obwokuhereza hatali kuherezibwa. Kwetumya ngunyo habokuba ndi mwebembezi. No. I'm very lucky I went to Nyakasura school. Very lucky. The motto is simple. To serve and not to be served unto. So we need leadership that is servant leadership. It is biblical. Baba Gambira, I'm a director of Development Associates International, which is committed to servant leadership. Number two, leadership that is committed to enable and empower others to grow. Obwebembezi obukutekamu amani n'okuhabura n'okwabandi n'abasobole koraki kukorakorana. But if you think you are an end in yourself, tikiri kusoboka. But if you are empowering and enabling others, it is possible for Tooro region. Leadership that understands that it matters how you start, but it matters most how it ends. Bojo ekintu kino kiri wakita. TPC yenu turamalirira nkaha. Abalija after us batandikire nkaha. It matters how it starts, but it matters most how it ends. Turole abalija hanyuma yaitu balisanga hoki. Obwebembezi which knows how to quit. Ortahoire rukahemule manzi. Engarukira, please leave it when it is still hot. We need leadership which says, no, I can't. Yes, I can. Sorry, I have failed to fulfill what I promised. Bojo munganyire, obwire bundemere kubulinda. Munganyire. Habokube kitukubazaho kinulirire kukira na kisura kya katwi. Finally, the people of Tooro, our agenda, in my view, should be on Proverbs 13:22. Those who, even if you are not a Christian, this is a written literature. enfumo Proverbs 13:22, which says, a good man, a good mutoro, leaves an inheritance, aleka obugwetwa. Now, the inheritance is further qualified of goodness and morals to his children's children. Omutoro omurungi niwo gwanyakuleka obugwetwa. Hali abaana b'abaana be. Obugwetwa obutali bw'ebintu, kyonka obugwetwa obw'oburungi n'engeso. Tani engeso za Tooro. But do you know what it ends by saying? But the sinner's wealth is stored up for the righteous. Oturaba tuli bantu babi, tuli basisi. Yito abantu ba Tooro kamba gambiri. Tooro nso gisera mapu nekoraki. Habwokuba bitwikalireho Ruhanga akatuteekaho kyonka tukabyahura the righteous. Yitwe the sinners twabisisa abandi baija batwara batandikira kwica. The magnet is pulling. Baitu, they should all be taught to respect our culture, to respect our identity, and together we move. You don't just tell them, we must practice what we preach. Thank you very much.
Owekeno bazaha abantu bona tubariziya kumusajja kuturuka mwogo n'umukama wa kariya kotsi.
Atokyonganyire na kariya kotsi ninyo natayire hiba itafari lyokubanza. The other one was just a simple illustration.
Otioma na dieri ninsaba tuongere tumutere mungaro. Tindukwijja garukamu ebigambo by'omnyoroke bamu agambire byehulirire kandi nk'okubere nibinulire. Oyiro ni mujunane ekintu kimu habwake gunu kubere gumuntu gwo kubanza kwijja mu Tooro People's Conference kandi kun hana hasemirire kwikara. So Mr. Kibamu, I only fault you for one thing, that this has been your first Tooro People's Conference. Yet we have been here since 2016. But don't go away. Stay and belong with us. Mr. Kibamu abalize ebintu bingi kandi abalize mulimi otukwetegereza kurungi. Adieri webale muno. Atwalize nasikira abintu ebyarukumanya kandi na bintu ebyarukora. Ningarukamu omuto gurutwebembera nugo investment and opportunities for development in Tooro region. Tutandikire na talk nyakuhiriwe ya Dr. Patrick Urunge, nyakuhiriwe Mr. Patrick Tumuine. Twakora saho talk rundo urwazo rwa Mr. Enoch Kibamu. Hati ntongeraho Mr. Patrick Rwekamba. Patrick Rwekamba is a business strategist. Timanya kudagama mu Tooro baitu nuko kirikiti. Nurwo Tooro business strategist. Kandi amazire nke myaka 15 na akora development work, emirimo yankora kurana na asagike bitongole bitali bimu okurora byagenda mu maiso. Hati bwire buno na akora na Tooro Diary. Ekyaro kwenda kubagana naitwe niyo ebikwata Tooro Diary. nkakima bintu bisobora kuteka msente wakati wikera hantu baza investment hatu nija kutugambira timanyire kintu kugamba abagamba buterevu timanye mu rutorwa nija gambe kintu nateka muguri busimba yes that right word nija kutugambira busimba na mbeto rateka sente nija kwaza Tooro diary atakizire nyenda nyo kumanyira rundi nyenda tangira amoti Bishop Robin Kisembo amoti nikusaba hakiro tumkizeho mkono no bwara bikari ya haroko amoti abantu bano banjunana nguye jamaiso abai ayangire habwe ko bundazi baita mota bokusaba kwa abantu tusaba jamaiso ngo kubona hano turito twasemererwa batugambira abebembezi abarukwebundaza watere cyo kuroraho cyo kwebundaza kandi Bible yagisoma kurungi negamba ngo boragendaga mukoro oy karentebe yenyuma no kumanyire bakuyihe yofiteke maisha samot kwa ntukura nukutongera kwesima kuro abembezi baitu nkayinyo mukamuna naitwe ntura ntsemererwa so nebigambe batinja kusaba Mr. Wekamba madakika Mr. Kibamwongire mu bwire abo kubayizire mu ndugo kubanza baitini kusaba onindiro bwire kandi nja ku dakika 15
with chair omazira kumpa warning na we kinyonja kusara nindumika kandi no mukimanya ngo ebintu bya business otagendera point opportunity no sanga yakorabo echo kubanza I want first of all to thank the organizing committee of this conference for allowing the Tooro Diary to be part of this meeting. For us at Tooro Diary, we are taking this event to be more than a Tooro People's Conference. We are here to promote that Tooro Diary so that you can invest in it because it is an investment opportunity. So I'm not going to talk a lot about the contextual issues. Bagenzi bange abali hano already babalize muno kandi kutandikana ijo mu babalizeyo context ya Tooro region na agriculture. Ninyongera kusaba mwenyekirize. I want to recognize two people. That is Martin Dijong from SNV. Please wave. Martin Dijong is running a program that is supporting Tooro Diary to improve productivity and also to improve its business management. So we're working with those people already. Also in absentia, we have a partner called Trias, Uganda. They are also sponsoring Tooro Diary to improve systems. So tubaroho, betumbe nisaba, you take note of that. Nanyonku muntu ninyenda kugamba, ntinanyondi mulimi, wetu chair nyeberoge kugambira ngunanyowe nkatandika kulima, kandi nyewe amani nkagagara chenjojo. Ubunarozera hano fotopota abantu batematema nyo nagamba kangende chenjojo kastanayo Tooro berara bamuga mugeti we bijenka mutuarize site. So ndiyo ku nintekaniza okulima ku mlembe based on irrigation of climate change. So nakyo ngenda mukimanyi. Ningenda I'm in the process, but I'm focusing on animal husbandry and crop husbandry. Omwana guliye ebitooke biriyo abantu bagamba mwenge busaba ebitooke biri byamaani muno buskwali. So those things are on the farm, but I also been intercropping, ntekeho ente za zero grazing n'ebintu ebindi. So since I'm not giving a speech, I only came to give highlights about the investment opportunity at Tooro Dairy. Ninja mainly presenting in two aspects. I'll give a snapshot of Tooro Dairy and the environment, and then we focus more on what is at Tooro Dairy. I have already supplied you with flyers, so I'm not going also to explain the vision and the mission. But in brief, if you look at the basics of Tooro Dairy registering in 1966, so meaning it's over 60 years old, and legally it's a cooperative society, and it has registered farmers to about 300. And also we have active members who are about 100. We have average daily milk collection, which ranges between 500 to 1,500. And also average annual gross turnover of 600 million. That is the current. And Tooro Dairy has an asset base which is between 2.5 to 3 billion shillings. So Tooro Dairy is a membership-based entity, and for long it has been trading in raw milk. And at the moment, Tooro Dairy is getting into value addition. It is transforming into value addition, branding, and also marketing. And the way I look at Tooro Dairy, it has a name that rhymes with Tooro region. I wish it could also become a flagship product for Tooro region because it's already there. Tooro Dairy received a UHT machine which can process 1,000 liters of milk. So I think you keep noting now where you find the business opportunity. The government of Uganda provided Tooro Dairy with a UHT machine which can process 1,000 liters of milk per hour. That is the designed potential. And that milk can be kept for between 4 to 6 months without refrigeration. So the UHT machine plus other machinery like the yogurt machine, the pasteurized milk equipment, means that Tooro Dairy has now moved from being an SME. It's now a large enterprise. Entirely, Tooro Dairy is a very large enterprise. And I know there are many people who are coming to Tooro Dairy. We will not dwell in the past because we are living in the present. Ebyenyime bimanyira Tooro Dairy nigenda mubyeganyire kiro kinu tugende n'ebishaka. Okay? Please scroll. So let me talk quickly about the context of the dairy sector. First of all, we have, it's estimated that the daily milk production per cow in the region is around 7 liters. abalisa numuhura ngwente average per day eyerukamwa ni turuchalta musanju ato tandiko tere mwakasani nekinabani ngambira ekya giant machine eri mu town ne yetagalita 10 parawo so ntujja kuzia. So the other issue is that in the dairy industry there is a high likelihood of post-harvest losses. Amata nagakira kufa abokuba tugahwiro kurungi rundi tugabaira processed. We also have an issue of limited adaptation of relevant technologies like AI, zero grazing, nezindi. When it comes to value addition, as a region, I want you to flash back and go in Andrew's supermarket. You'll see what I'm talking about. Amata gamarasanga yo tugaliga food bottles. Tulion tunywa amata gali imported from elsewhere. So tune kizibu cha value addition. Abalisa still bene kizibu cha emihendo kuba hansi. As you know, in agriculture, in most cases, the prices are determined by the buyer. We have issues of climate change. We have issues of tick resistance to acaricides. We have issues of inefficient milk collection centers. There are some collection centers that are there, but it's a matter of some. They are just empty. Then we have issues of financing. Itaka litaito kandi abalisa abayingi tubaina bargaining power, so nibekura kataito taitako banywe hamate bikopo bibiri bisageho nibyo barasindika kutunda. Tune kizibu cha limited farm succession. I think if you recall, maybe if I give an example of myself, there are people who know me personally where I come from. There was a farm when my grandfather was alive, and right now there is no farm. I'm sure many of you have experienced this scenario. So, and that is a very big issue. Abokuba ntorora farms nyingi rwagitandikire buli kumara kurugaho farm nesiba. Instead of increasing in production, amatanga tandika nkeya yentenzo wa murugo mpora farm nesiba no sanga bagaramu ebitoke n'ebintu ebindi tingambere ebitoke bibi. Because time is not on my side, I will move to slide number 7. Slide number 7. Under slide number 7, there are two areas for dairy investment. We have the upstream, where there is processing, branding, and marketing. We have also the downstream, where there is strengthening milk supply. So, I may not be able to highlight exactly the benefits you get from those different areas of investments. If you doubt, maybe you can apply. You know those people who studied chemistry? Batugambiraga kakubokwata acid okasesa mu amaizi ne kuochi. Then batugambiraga if you doubt, test it yourself. So I'm also challenging you to dig deep and see those different areas the downstream areas and the upstream areas. However, for Tooro Dairy, in the next 5 years, because of the current machineries that are in place, we expect Tooro Dairy to generate net revenue of about 1 billion shillings. If you look on my graph there. And apparently, from the first year, we are looking at generating net revenue of 230 million. But that is on assumption that the new Tooro Dairy business plan is capitalized by approximately 700 million. And also we are assuming that the dairy is able to collect 3,500 to 10,000 liters of milk per day. So in the whole of Tooro region, can we fail to do that? In the whole of Tooro region. So this is a challenge to you, the people of Tooro, because you talked of local content and local ownership of business enterprises. So I think kyakubere kibi kura muhinde izire ubundi nuwali atwere shares mu Tooro Dairy aliyo na atwara profits. So Tooro Dairy ine bintu byayo, ine echombeko, ina UHT machine, ina yogurt machine, ina pasteurizer, nebindi nko kumukubirora a screen. And they are valued between 2.5 to 3 billion shillings. So haro okutandikira kulugamba nimugenda kutandikira kintu kira zero dairy ina mbereri. It has also goodwill, because if you see Tooro Dairy, it has had a lot of support from the government through machinery, the tractor, yogurt machine that was bought by Tooro Dairy, baleta UHT machine, I think bakasanga balese the pasteurizer. So there is a very positive image from the government regarding Tooro Dairy, and the challenge is for us, the people of Tooro, see that those machineries are effectively utilized. And those are the different areas. My chair here is whispering. So the financing options could be that you borrow money to Tooro Dairy, and then you can earn interest of up to 30%. We are also looking at partnerships and joint ventures where you can share profits. That means also you come in as a co-partner. We are also looking at farmers who can buy shares, and according to our new business plan, there is a return on investment of around 25%. So meaning if you put in 10 million in January, we expect you to recoup around 2.5 million. We are also looking for donations, grants, and those are the benefits that will be achieved. So we really want Tooro Dairy to move to another level. Because we have learned that slogan from SNV, that the old keys cannot open new doors. So right now, the opportunities that we have in Tooro, the tourism city and the rest, and the markets open in Congo and everywhere. The context, I didn't talk about it. My brothers had already talked about it. So can those old keys really lead us to Congo market? The answer is no, because you look at those cows. One is on the rope. You see those ones, they have nothing to eat. Ideally, you're not, are you doing dairy farming as a business or as a hobby? So let's go forward. So these are the new keys. And this is what we are talking about Tooro Dairy. Because when you talk of Tooro Dairy, we are talking about the farmers, not the building and the processing plant. You need to change your perception about Tooro Diary that Tooro Diary is not a building. Tooro Diary is the farmer. So we start at the farm. And those are the new kids we want to see. And if we come at Tooro Diary, the plant, those are the new kids we want to see. Branding, proper packaging, and so on and so forth. So, given the time factor, I beg to end here. And those are my names. I've also provided the contacts of Tooro Diary manager and the chairperson, who is also with us in this meeting. Because of time, I thank you very much.
Another round of applause for Mr. Rekamba. So atugambira okuteeka sente buli waza investment okuteeka sente bagamba ati okuteeka sente Tooro Diary hano ekirango kimwebere.
Tuleseraho some samples of the products of Tooro Diary, yogurt, Nayosh tea milk, and I think at the right time when you break off, we have a tent outside there. No sobora korora chorukwenda kunywaho no kihaho. Thank you. Because we want you to appreciate the product. Appreciate the product and invest. Okay? So if you don't want free things, you're free to pay.
So Tooro Diary our conference yenu Tooro Diary so Tooro Diary our conference yenu bakatugumiza no bagenda kutereza milioni 2 hawa conference yenu kandi kekima habitu hakitwe ekiba haire no kongo abantu abarija conference yenu basobora kunywaho amata rundi bintu byebisangira hali so ekiba kakyayo nkekitu hawa conference kwa marija murukura to munu musorokano munu munywa amata ga Tooro Diary mukoleki nukumte musente manyi Tooro Diary ne kora corporate social responsibility amote nuko yangambira kandi nyine bintu bibiri ebyo kwagambira cyo kubanza ngo ebangeso ya conference yenu kira muno kumanyira abato participants abato abanyakwizire mu conference yenu tukatandika mwaka gwa 2016 ntumanyira hivi ihunde hati ali mu university na asoma mechanical engineering ibintu masomo gumere munako so ogu tukatandika nawe mwaka gwa 2016 kandi takosaga TPC is an active member of Tooro People's Conference. Public demand na bagamba ijamaisa abantu amurole kurungi. So umwana ogu obakabali msini ya kabiri ya hayoga school fees, not school fees, pocket money. Ya kwataga pocket money aihaho sente za waziri umuhire ateka munsahu yokuherera abana batarukwesobora aba Tooro People's Conference. So kana mtwali 10 mtwali 15 na hata na kyakikora. So hata nasoma mechanical engineering Makerere almwaha kubanza hivyo no baragarukai sat tuino muto kiraya alhan alinaitwe Elian Charles Atwoki oruganda rwo muyaga kwangambire. So no youngest participant umwaka guno kandi bari kaliye hano mbine na araba munagabe mpapura na kora kina Tooro ari very active amazire P7. So muno tukyawe mbezi abakwija kwa the sustainability of Tooro People's Conference muri bana So Charles na next year nabwo ugaruke insima Mr. Kaija Wilson anyakulesero mwana nuwise ijana mu conference. So abana akabano tukubaleta mu conference nibega mbingi kandi kibakonyera ku it builds confidence. Builds a lot of confidence kusanga mwana nkono na aikaliye na professor na doctor na architect wala hano almaiso ga bishop almaisa stage. This is great. So Kim Habjuma bya Tooro People's Conference, we are building capacity. Nenda kuramkia abantu aine nsoni nyingi tujja kumukonyera kuzurugama.
Abaisem sibira muta amabara gange Harry Charles Elian. I was studying at Lohana Primary School and I am now on vacation.
So niba kyargo muturkumanya ekibe cyo kwanza kintu kwenda kwa gambera ekya kabiri tugenda break manchu ikali kumara bwire bwingi nimbasaba edakika 15 zonka nuko turagaruka nja kwerezo mzindaro honorable Alex Ruhunda waganeho naitwe akantu kake kusikira mbi gambirweho hanyuma tugenda plenary nikirizibwe nimbasaba buri muntu alasahaye nukwamanya dakika 15 nisukwa hode. So mu dakika 15 tuongere tugaruke hano utandika ikicheka cya kabiri mwebale muno.